Gaius Julius Caesar de Bello Civili, Episode 5. Haec Scipionis ordratio, quod senatus in urbe habebatur Pompeiusque aberat, ex ipsius ordre Pompeii mitti videbatur. This speech of Scipio, haec Scipionis ordratio, when the Senate was convened in the city, and Pompey was absent, seems to have come, mitti videbatur, seems to be delivered from Pompey's own voice, or we might say from Pompey's own lips. So that's a straightforward and simple translation. Let's look now at some of the grammar in order that we might understand it more clearly. It starts with a simple nominative, haec, which is modifying ordratio, the subject of videbatur. Haec oratio, feminine singular and nominative. This is a third declension noun. Scipionis, of course, masculine singular and genitive of possession. So this speech of Scipio, then we have this intervening portion, the relative clause. It seems videbatur mitti. So what is mitti? It's a present infinitive passive from the third conjugation verb, very common verb, mitto, mittere, to send. So it seems to emerge, or I thought that, everybody thought that it emerged ex ordre, from the mouth, ipsius Pompeii. Notice the interlocking word order here. Really, the object of ex must be ablative. It takes always and only the ablative, and that's ore. But then we have ipsius modifying Pompeii. Those are both masculine singular and genitive. This speech seems to have come directly from the very lips of Pompey. We might say Pompeius, or as he's known, Pompey. This is Pompeius Magnus, who was Caesar's main opponent in the Civil War. Now, what about this portion? Well, the quote here is a little bit challenging because we don't want to say because. Maybe that's a potential explanation. Many of the grammars say that this should be translated as the fact that, and I suppose that's a fairly vague and perhaps acceptable use here. It's definitely not a relative with oratio as antecedent because oratio is feminine and quod has to be neuter. So we just have to take it as it is. This is what Caesar wrote, and we have to interpret it accordingly. This speech of Cicero, we might say because or when, or in light of the fact that, maybe. The Senate was convened in the city. Senatus is a masculine singular nominative, fourth declension noun, subject of habebatur, and that's the que, and Pompeius aberat, was absent. He's masculine singular nominative, and aberat is an imperfect from absum. It's imperfect just like habebatur is imperfect. So in light of the fact that the Senate was in session in the city, and yet Pompey was absent, all of that, the speech seemed to flow directly from Pompey's own lips. If you enjoyed that little video lesson, please go ahead and subscribe for us, click the bell, and so forth. Check out the other videos on this page, leave a comment, and please be sure to check out our Patreon page as well.